I don't think Gaussian splats are just another rendering technology. I think they're going to fundamentally change the relationship between design and reality itself. For years now, our spatial workflow has involved rebuilding the environment manually. You measure the site, you model it, and then reconstruct the context. And only then can you begin designing. So what happens when reality itself becomes the starting point? Suddenly our architecture, our retail, our experiential design, our spatial workflows, they become less about reconstruction and more about interaction. We stop rebuilding reality and we start designing in it. Honestly, I think this is what changes everything. On a project like Jameson, Distillery on Tour, we began to revisit the environment digitally and made changes to the design, conversation entirely. Sideline, skill, atmosphere, context, spatial memory, to design in the Castle of Good Hope, this digital experience mattered. See, it becomes easier to understand when the environment itself becomes accessible, albeit in digital format. I think this becomes incredibly important for retail environments as well, especially a store-in-a-store experience where the context matters so much. You're no longer designing the object in isolation, you're designing the relationship between the space, the movement, the individual products, the lighting on it, and the experience of the customer in the space. I don't think this is going to replace designers from the technology. We're going to make spatial thinking more important. See, the technology captures reality, but it shifts our value to interpretation, storytelling, experience, and design judgment. The technical side, yes, it becomes more accessible, but understanding the human experience inside the space, this is where the designer remains incredibly valuable. So over the next few years, we're going to see a massive shift from how people interact with spatial environments digitally, not because the modeling disappears, but because the context becomes dramatically more accessible. So as a little bonus for Saturday, I'm putting together a few more practical video demonstrations, some about scanning hardware and some about the tools I've been experimenting with throughout these series, especially for those wanting to begin exploring these workflows themselves. Now, we're probably much earlier in this shift than most people realize, and once captured reality becomes part of everyday workflow, then spatial design changes everything. Anyway, thanks for coming along for the ride. I genuinely appreciate it and hope you have an excellent day.